What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. Very sad story that I just saw. It actually happened over the New Year's weekend, and it was a young brother named Daniel Gordon. He worked at a Tires Plus, like auto repair shop in Atlanta, and he was shot by one of the customers who thought that he was trying to steal his car. So Daniel Gordon was just doing his job, getting into the customer's car to do a test ride, and the customer, a man named Quandarius McDowell, just opened fire on Daniel Gordon and killed him. And like I said, just a real sad story. And the first time I saw the story, someone, what's the brother's name? The one that does the hip hop cartoons. He posted it on his Instagram, and that's how I found out about it. Now, as far as the that Tires Plus, I know exactly where that is. I used to live in Atlanta. I lived there for a couple of years, and I know exactly where that is. My wife used to go to the farmers market in that area, so I know right where that is on Industrial Way. Okay, I've been over there many a time because there's a Kroger over there as well that we used to shop at. So, seeing that area, like as soon as I saw the picture of it, I knew exactly where it was. And when I saw that it was a young black man, Daniel Gordon, 24 years old, just working his way through life. He was hired there as a mechanic and as an engineer and a tech. Just living his life. And from what everyone said, both his former classmates and also his family and the people that worked there, they all loved him. Like the initial story I saw, one of an older black man who worked there with Daniel was actually crying. He was sitting on the grass crying about the shooting and just feeling so bad that this young man got shot just doing his job. When you take your car to an auto shop, they got to get in your car. They ask for the keys, right? They got to take the car in there and drive it, either do like a test drive or drive it into the actual workshop. So I don't know what Quandarius was thinking. Just a damn buffoon. Like you went to an auto shop, dumbass. So of course the person's going to get into your car, and it wasn't like it was just some stranger. Daniel Gordon was wearing a uniform. He's wearing a uniform. He probably had a clipboard or like one of those little iPads with him to, facilitate the test drive. He had your keys. Who else do you think it was, Negro? You see what I'm saying? So this was a situation where it was an older black person, 30 years old, shooting a 24-year-old over nothing. And it's just so sad because, like I said, from what everyone said, Daniel Gordon was a really good young man. Like I said, just working. I'm not sure if he actually went to college. I'm not sure if he went to like some sort of technical school or whatever, or was he just decided to work. There's lots of young men nowadays who don't go to college. They just decide to start working in whatever field they want to do. And that's a great job if you're a mechanic. You can make some good money doing that. See what I'm saying? So that there's nothing wrong with that at all. Starting off at a young age as any type of mechanical or engineer or something like that. That's a great job to have. So a lot of young men do that. My little brother was doing stuff like that rather than going to college. So there's nothing wrong with that. And he was able to buy a house before I was, right? Because he decided to not go to college. So it's real sad when I see stories like this. Just a young man just living his life and doing his job and gets killed in the process by some idiot. Like I don't understand what was going on in this buffoon's head to think that someone was stealing his car. Okay, and this speaks to because my wife and I we've been talking about this a lot during the vacation because of during any type of holiday, people are always like shooting their guns in the air, or there's lots of accidental gun crimes. There's been stories of young people accidentally shooting classmates or accidentally shooting their teachers or whatever, right? And we've been talking about a lot of the gun laws and stuff. And I'm not someone who's against gun ownership, but I do feel there's a lot of idiots out here who should not have access to a weapon. okay? Because there's so many idiots out there who don't know how to resolve issues. They don't know how to problem solve. They're overly emotional. And the first thing they think to do just because they have the gun on them is to go out there and shoot somebody. Like that's their conflict resolution is always go to the gun. And it's something to go with the psychology of some people who own these weapons where they don't even think to talk anything out. They just automatically assume, okay, I'm going to go get my gun and resolve the issue that way. There's plenty of conflicts that I've been through in my life where getting a gun was not my first thing to do. You see what I'm saying? Like if someone's not threatening my life or not breaking in my house or trying to hurt me or my family members, I'm not even thinking about getting a gun. Like I've gotten into arguments with people on the street or, you know, in my car or whatever, and getting a gun was never the main thing that I thought to do. Okay, I remember very vividly one time me and my wife, I think we were still just dating at the time. We were walking somewhere and some guy wasn't letting us go on the crosswalk. We had the right of way. And I wound up cursing him out. And he was cursing at me back in his car. Now, it'd been real easy for me to pull something out on him, but like where would that have left me? I'd have been locked up because I'd have been just shooting on a busy street at some random guy in a pickup truck. You see what I'm saying? So what would that have gained me at the time? You know, there's people out there who that's their first instinct is to just get a gun. Now, this buffoon here, Quandarius, you're at an auto shop. Even if someone is stealing your car at that point, you're not allowed to just open fire on them. Okay, you can't just do that in a public setting. All right, that's not how you handle something like that. If it's a newer car, you can just report it stolen. They can get it back for you because they'll be able to track it. Okay, you don't just open fire. I mean, you're putting holes in your car first and foremost, but you know you're not allowed to just go ahead and just open fire on someone like that. You even if this was a criminal stealing your car, you still would have went to jail for that because that's not a situation where your life is in danger and you need to defend yourself. All right. So once again, respect to and rest in peace to Daniel Gordon. I feel so bad for your family. I feel so bad, you know, that this young man at the start of his life, you know, I can just imagine being 24 years old. That was at the start of my life and career too. And just to have it snatched away like that over some just for doing your job, not even doing you weren't doing anything wrong. You were just doing your job and you get murdered right then and there. And it's just a sad thing. I feel so bad for his family and sad that he never even got to start a life. So it's not like he had a significant other. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just terrible to see that and hear that. And I can understand that older brother that was telling the story to the news why he was crying. If I worked with a young man like that and he got murdered on the job, I would probably be sitting there crying too. Okay, because that's horrible, something horrible to happen. Because the old man saw it happen, so he's probably traumatized in and of itself. Okay, and you know, like just reading the story almost made me tear up. You know, because I hate to see stuff like that happen. But you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. And like I said, if you're a gun owner out there, be responsible. Okay, going to your gun or going to grab your gun is not the first response to every conflict. Okay, only do that if your life is in danger or you know you have to defend yourself or your family. It's not end all be all for you just to be taken out and just busting shots because some of you aren't even responsible enough to know where to aim at and you wind up shooting innocent bystanders. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think about that in the comments, and I very much like to hear your opinions on this story. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on these devils' back.